Al Jazeera, The Guardian, The Washington Post, The Guardian, Business Insider, Meta and YouTube found negligent in landmark social media addiction case. In a groundbreaking legal decision that could reshape the future of the tech industry, a U.S. jury has found Meta and YouTube negligent in a landmark social media addiction case, marking one of the first times major platforms have been held legally responsible for harm linked to their design. A historic verdict. The ruling, delivered in a Los Angeles courtroom, centered on a young woman who argued that prolonged exposure to social media from childhood led to serious mental health challenges. The jury agreed, concluding that the platforms were designed in ways that encouraged addictive behavior and failed to adequately warn users of the risks. The court awarded approximately $6 million in damages, with Meta found responsible for about 70% of the harm and YouTube accounting for the remaining 30%. The case that could change big tech. The lawsuit, formerly known as K.G.M v. Meta et al., is being described as a bellwether trial, meaning it will likely influence thousands of similar cases currently pending across the United States. At the heart of the case were allegations that both companies intentionally built features such as infinite scrolling, autoplay videos, and algorithm-driven recommendations to maximize user engagement, particularly among young users. Legal experts say this approach shifts the focus away from user-generated content and toward platform design, potentially bypassing traditional protections that have long shielded tech companies from liability. A big tobacco moment. Observers have compared the case to historic lawsuits against cigarette companies, arguing that it could represent a turning point in how corporations are held accountable for public health impacts. Advocates for stricter regulation say the verdict validates long-standing concerns that social media platforms can contribute to issues such as anxiety, depression, and compulsive usage, especially among children and teenagers. Industry response and appeal plans. Both Meta and YouTube have strongly denied wrongdoing and indicated plans to appeal the decision. The companies argue that the case oversimplifies complex issues like mental health and ignores other contributing factors, such as family environment and broader societal influences. Despite these objections, the ruling has already sent shockwaves through the tech sector, with investor concerns rising about potential financial and regulatory consequences. Global impact and what comes next. The implications of the verdict extend far beyond a single case. Governments and lawmakers in multiple countries are now considering stricter regulations on social media platforms, including stronger age restrictions and safety requirements. Meanwhile, more lawsuits are expected to follow, potentially forcing tech companies to rethink how their platforms are designed, particularly when it comes to features that encourage prolonged use. A turning point for the digital age. As the legal battle continues, the case represents a significant shift in how society views responsibility in the digital era. For years, social media companies have argued they are simply platforms. This verdict challenges that idea, suggesting that how those platforms are built may carry real-world consequences. Whether upheld on appeal or not, the decision signals a new era of accountability, one that could fundamentally change the relationship between technology, users, and the law.